a pastor, once the founder of one of the largest megachurch congregations in the US, pleaded guilty. You're probably wondering, guilty of what? But in crimes as old as time, the pastor pleaded guilty for sexually abusing a 12-year-old in Oklahoma, a minor. But this isn't a recent crime. It dates all the way back to the 1980s. Decades of silence finally being broken. As part of a plea deal, the former leader of Gateway Church was sentenced to 10 years in prison. But here's the catch. He will only spend 6 months behind bars, and the rest served on probation. He's also required to register as a sex offender and pay $250,000 in restitution. Was justice really served? Some say it's not nearly enough. Let's talk about what went down at the hearing. Morris appeared at the courthouse in Oklahoma, handcuffed and detained following the proceedings that took place last week. By his side were his wife, his adult children, and several of their spouses. According to American media reports, the victim, Cindy Clemeshire, tearfully told Morris that his abuse had impacted every part of her life. Let's tell you what transpired over 4 decades ago. At the time, Morris was working as a traveling evangelist and living with Clemeshire's family in the state of Oklahoma. It was during those years, she said, that the abuse apparently took place. And it wasn't a one-time incident. It continued for 4 long years. Clemeshire, who is now 55, was in the court with her family for Morris's plea. Her battle has not been easy. She first went public in 2024, accusing the pastor of sexually abusing her. Now that led to Gateway Church announcing his resignation. Morris issued a statement admitting to a, quote, moral failure with a young lady. Let me remind you, she was 12 at the time that this crime took place. Shortly after, the Oklahoma Attorney General's office launched an investigation. In court, Clemeshire made it clear, a 12-year-old cannot give consent. She emphasized they were never in a quote inappropriate relationship because she, after all, was not a young lady. She was a child. She went on to reveal that she had first told her parents and church leaders about the abuse back in 1987, but nobody reported it to the police. Morris, who was then allowed to walk free, went on to found Gateway Church in 2000. At its peak, the church boasted about 100,000 active attendees across 9 locations in Texas and nearby areas. But that's not all. In 2016, US President Donald Trump appointed Morris as a spiritual advisor and a member of his Evangelical Advisory Committee. This case shines a light on the long-lasting impact of abuse and the failure of institutions that are meant to protect the vulnerable. As Morris finally faces justice decades later, survivors like Cindy Clemeshire continue to fight for accountability and healing. But the shadow cast by these revelations serves as a powerful reminder that no one is really above the law, no matter how powerful, and that the truth, no matter how long buried, will eventually come to light.